This past weekend, I had a very weird but sweet moment where a visualization that I've always had actually came true. And I used to, years ago, have a vision of myself in shape going to this festival on the harbour, and I used to always visualize myself in shape going to that, in shape going to that, and having a lot of attraction from people. And this was years ago. This was like 5 years ago, something crazy, where I was fat, out of shape, unconfident, and had no evidence to even go off of, in a sense. Just a vision where I haven't achieved anything essentially in my body, haven't achieved anything in my confidence. And it was so weird on the weekend where I had it, because my visualization before was me in shape, getting a lot of attention, being very confident. And it was so weird in a sense, because that's kind of exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Like earlier in the day, I had a weird thing happen with a girl where I was shirtless and we were speaking, and then she was just looking at my body, eyeing me up, smiling like proper, when she tried to throw off the interaction initially, and she was just looking at my body. And it was so weird, and there was a moment that was so weird to me in a sense, because I was like, what? That was weird, and I could tell she liked me. And later on the night, I obviously went out and I got more attraction, and then obviously I had like extreme attraction with someone, and obviously you know what happens. But it's one of these things that was crazy in a sense for me, because I had this visualization years ago, people giving me compliments, people giving me praise, people being nice to me essentially about my physique, when I never had that beforehand. And this is where the power of visualization comes in very deeply. And I just want you lot to understand the power of this visualization stuff. It seems miles away. It seems miles away. For example, my goal for this channel is 10,000 subscribers. That's a goal that I got. And that might be quite far away. Don't get me wrong, that might be quite far away. You never know with this stuff though, because someone could just go viral or whatever, but that could be miles away. But at the end of the day, when you keep that vision in your head and you keep going towards it, in a weird way, even the external circumstances kind of come together. And I've had this with dates before in the past, where I've visualized it beforehand, and there's no right for me to have dates with these people, and I've visualized it deeply before, and then suddenly a bit later on it's happened, and like the exact circumstance that I needed to happen for me to ask them has happened, in a sense. Like I brought up something, and then they're like, oh, I'll beat you at it, and I'm like, oh no, let's go, let's play, let's go bowling or whatever. And then we went, and then we got together and started dating. And it's so weird in a sense for me to think that this stuff actually is kind of true in a sense. And I'm not going to say all wishy-washy like it's magic or whatever, but when you put in the required effort with that consistent vision, don't be surprised if over time, keyword over time, it starts to materialize and it starts to go into your reality and appear in your reality in a weird sense. Because this is weird for me, and it's almost a bittersweet feeling where I slightly feel a little bit demotivated, even though it's the biggest thing ever. Don't get me wrong, it's not like the biggest visualization or anything ever. Like today I filmed 3 videos already, it's my 4th, so I'm still trying, even though I feel demotivated. I'm about to go to the gym as well. But it's so weird to achieve something like that, where the external circumstances are not actually controllable. They're not controllable, are they? Like how people perceive you, how people view you are not necessarily controllable unless you try within yourself, because that's such a external thing that you have no control over. And it was such a weird time, like feeling like the center of everything again and all that, and it gets to your head a little bit. But I just couldn't believe that happened, in a sense where I felt very attractive and a lot of attention, and like very confident in my body, to the reactions that I wanted of a women that day I got, which was so weird. It was so weird to me. And obviously we shouldn't be speaking about that, like that's not everything, but in a weird sense that is kind of something that matters, in a sense. You know, how people perceive you, it does matter a bit. And it's one of these days, man, that I'm so grateful and happy for, where I was able to literally visualize this years ago, where I was fat, unconfident, barely spoke to people, barely spoke to women, barely had no muscle, was fat, didn't know how to do it, had no confidence, to having this come true in a way that was nearly identical to what I visualized it as. It's very weird. And this is where I'm starting to properly visualize stuff now and really apply that effort as well. Because when you visualize stuff, it literally is like having a sat nav in a car, if that makes sense. So let's say you want to go to a fucking different city. You don't know how to get there. So you don't know how to get there in general. You have no map, you have nothing. So you don't know how to get there. If you just drive, you're probably not going to get there. But when you visualize that, you kind of have a sense of direction of where you're going to go. Obviously a sat nav's like obviously a real direction, but let's say you just got a visualization of where you want to go. When you view it like that, you're going towards that. It may take a while. It may be bumps in the road. You may take a wrong turn in. You may go the wrong way at some stage. But when you visualize it like that and you view it like that, that's how I like to view it in a sense, is visualization stuff. It's almost like a sat nav where you got a certain destination where you want to go. Let's say you just got a destination in a sense and you're going towards it. You roughly know you're going towards it. A sat nav's a really good outline, so maybe not a sat nav in a sense. Let's just say you've got a destination that you want to achieve, but you roughly know what to do to get there. It's one of these things that truly makes a difference and truly actually leads you to that destination. And it was crazy. It was crazy. I can't believe how that happened from what I was visualizing in my mind, in a weird way, identical to how I wanted to look. The size, everything, to the confidence I had, to the attention I was getting, to how I was interacting with my mates, how confident I was, how everyone was laughing and having a good time. Because I was giving myself, and I'm not saying just because of me, but they're finding me funny and finding me in a good way. It was crazy. And that's going to be a true message. Understand the power of this visualization and don't ever let go of them visions. On the days like today I woke up extremely unmotivated. Some stuff's happened in my life where I'm a little bit unmotivated, not full of oomph to get up and go. But this is my 4th video and I'm going to the gym now, and I've been reading today as well, and I'm just trying to do what I can today. And when you're demotivated and you're trying these days, keep that vision in mind. When you're demotivated, keep that vision, and that's going to keep you going. And if that vision is strong enough, that will allow you to keep going. That's going to be the true message in this video. Hope you lot got a lot of value. If you want to achieve your dream physique like I have, shoot me an email at reallouis23@gmail.com and just message me physique. I can get you in your dream physique. Thank you.